One of the biggest mistakes that I see parents, especially of young teens, make is they think that they're raising children. Like, if you ask them, they talk about how they're raising their children, or they ask questions about raising children. They're not raising children anymore. They're raising young adults on the way to raising adults. That simple mindset change can make a huge difference in the peace that you have as a parent, and the way that you make decisions, your confidence as a parent, and even the questions you ask other people. Now, why do we do that? Why do we get stuck in this mindset of raising children? For one, is we always consider them our children. We always talk about our kids, our children, right? And so there's somewhat of a mental construct that just goes with the relationship that we have with them, regardless of how old they are. But the other part of it is that typically, you're 11, 12, 13 years into this whole thing, and that's what you've been doing. You've been raising children. And so that's what you know how to do. That's your mental default, up to that point. The second reason I think that we continue to do that is that, because I hear this a lot. It's like, being a kid is this great, wonderful, magical time. And we don't want our kids to grow up. We don't want our children to grow up too quickly and have to deal with adult issues. We look at the things that teenagers have to deal with drugs and alcohol and dating and peer pressure and all that crap. And it's like, we really don't want them to deal with that. So there's a part of us that wants to keep them as a little child as long as possible and away from those young adult type issues. And then I think the third reason that we do that is, quite honestly, man, it's great having children. There's so many of those times, I see this especially with moms, those times of laughter and snuggles and cuddles and all that. There's just so many good things that go along with that, to where there's a part of us like deep in there, it's like, gosh, we just really don't want to give that up. Because part of what we see as our kids move into early adolescence is that, laughter and cuddles and snuggles turn into fighting with a porcupine, and it's not really enjoyable for anybody, either them or us. So as you're kind of navigating this, just take that one mental construct. Am I still trying to raise a child, or am I trying to raise an adult? Because, the whole point of adolescence is that our children are establishing a separate identity. They're becoming themselves. They're figuring out who they are and what they love and what they're excited about. And part of that is rejecting the sense of everything being handed to them from their parents, right? Their parents' identity. They've had that for a long time now. They're trying to establish their identity. And it's just a difficult thing to go through for them and for us. So ask yourself that question as you're going through this. Am I trying to continue to raise children? Am I trying to raise young adults and adults? I think you'll find that one question helps out. Hey, tomorrow I've got a big announcement. Got something in the works based on a lot of conversations I've had that I think will be pretty helpful. So be sure and grab onto that. If you found this information to be helpful to you, or you think there's maybe somebody in your social media circle there that'd be beneficial to them, just ask that you share it. Let other people catch on to this too, and maybe get the right mindset to help them be more effective as parents.